Hello, my name is Simba, and last time we got coal power as well as some basic factory setup. But we got owned by a single hog for far too long. Today, I want to fix that. First step, unlock a sword.
Milestone reached. The Xeno Basher is a direct upgrade from the Xeno Zapper. In the words of the engineer that first developed this tool, quote, "The Zapper kind of electrocutes things, the Basher straight up smacks stuff, while also electrocuting them," unquote. It is beneficial during encounters with aggressive fauna, and has been tested thoroughly. The engineer's noble sacrifice for Xeno research will not be forgotten, whoever they were.
Thanks, Ada. I myself am a really big fan of straight up smacking stuff and electrocuting it. Did you guys know that Ada gets really mad if you research stuff too fast? Check this out.
Mercer sphere analysis completed. Established local planetary signature of massage 2, AB, B, in the local. I will now assume you are an expert, and judge your use of these technologies accordingly. If you are confident you already understand the new technologies you are about to use, by all means, learn the hard way. I wonder, is it that you're eager to please, impatient, or very efficient? I have my theory. Very efficient. Also, rude.
Oh, I'm the rude one for being efficient?
The message you just skipped is one of the winners of the monthly Pioneer's Choice Most Interesting Message Award. What a shame. Not listening to instructions means you waive Ficsit-Cam's responsibility for any accidents or misuse of these technologies.
All empty threats. I never make mistakes.
Rushed research and development is exactly why the Save the Day program exists. Your enthusiasm for saving the day has been noted. Your attitude has also been noted.
Ma'am, you're the one catching an attitude with my research. Speaking of research, let's head to the Mycelia questline to start unlocking fabric. After that, we research, then craft a parachute. Ada just threatened me, but check this
Tool
out.
belt expanded. The latest data indicates that the Mycelia possess sentience. Don't worry, we have been given permission to harvest and repurpose their remains.
Ada, what does that even mean? Either way, I want to show you guys a tip. So this is how, to early game, get to a power slug that's on the top of a giant spire. Just stack storage containers and climb the ladders already on them. Man, look how perfect this is. And down we go. Back at the house, I decided our character was a little too bland, and I had to fix that. And finally, with a fresh new fit and brand new gadgets, let's dive headfirst into adventure. What just moved down there? Oh no. I don't like this at all. Alright, can I get this thing? Oh, no, they're already on me. Oh gosh. Oh lord. Alright, let's just get out of here. I don't want to do this anymore. Parachute to the rescue, am I right? Let's hope it's not following us. Oh, please don't be following me. Good news, everyone. It doesn't seem to have followed us. So now it's time for our favorite activity. Stealing things.
The effigy has no song, only echoes, but it is part of a river. Why does the effigy avoid the windows?
Okay, so neat idea. How about we be a little more careful when we steal those things? Is that a crash site I see in the distance? And a volunteer for our new sword? Man, this thing is awesome. So, crash sites have a ton of different loot scattered all around them. You can also dismantle the pods and crash parts themselves, but the most important thing is what's in here. Actually, over here. These are hard drives.
Damaged hard drive successfully acquired. All pioneers are contractually obliged to preserve and secure any recovered hard drives for analysis in the MAM, which may result in benefits to the Fix-It mission. Speculation as to why there are crashed freighters in your Fixit designated zone is discouraged as specified in your contract.
I'm not allowed to ask questions? What is this, the mafia? Either way, I love stealing. I love taking things. Now just to find, I don't know how many more of these this episode. But we're not just on a hunt for hard drives, we're on a hunt for anything shiny. Like more of these. Even though I said we'd be more careful with them. But hey, they're just so pretty.
Laugh, consume.
Yeah, not scary or foreboding at all. Anyways, back to stealing. Ooh, pretty. Man, this game is such a roller coaster. It goes from those beautiful caves to these horrifying spiders.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Initial data suggests these are predators, but notably they do not have a traditional mouth or eyes. There are, however, numerous cavities on their head which could fulfill a similar function.
And if I never hear those words again, it'll be far too soon. And we finish off our trip by finding the shiniest thing we could. A pure Caterium node. This is literally gold. So I'm gonna have to set up a little system here. A little factory, actually. So to get this factory started, we're gonna need to do some research in the MAM. And do some manual crafting. We'll start with some platforms, and then it's time for some math. So our miner mines 120 ore per minute. And our smelters use 45 ore per minute. So that's 2 2/3 smelters, or 3. How about we build 3? Connect everything to a splitter. Okay, so time to do a little bit more math. So if we have 2 2/3 smelters that make 15 ingots apiece, we're going to be making about 40 Caterium ingots per minute. So let's merge all our outputs and do a little bit more math. So if we turn 12 into 60, we need to divide 40 by 12, and we get 3.33 repeating. So that's how many constructors we have to make. Just round up to 4. Now we set up splitters for the input. So because each of the constructors are making 60 wire per minute, I can only hook up 2 of them to a belt because my max belt speed is 120. So we need to get a little creative about how we run our logistics. Now we just need to hook the wire up to the house, and we have QuickWire fully automated. And with our newfound QuickWire automation, I've made a zipline, which is really hard to use, but should help us get around if I ever figure it out. But for now, enough fooling around with that. Let's start scanning some of these hard drives I found. And after a quick 10-minute wait, we got molded beams. I was so excited for this recipe. Nice. I'm feeling pretty good about that. You know what? Let's go gambling! While we wait on that to finish, our iron plate storage is full. So let's set down an awesome sink and hook it up and start collecting some tickets. So you may ask, what should we do with our first ticket? Well, it's obvious. Put it back in the awesome sink.
Fixit sees what you did there. How creative. I have also been creative. There is something extra special for you in the awesome shop. It is a marvel of technology. It is truly the shape of the future. I will be sad if you do not use it and love it and tell any friends you make in the future all about it.
And I'll be sad if you force me to drive around in that dumpster. And it was about this time right here when I remembered ladders exist. So I had to buy them. And with this, exploration will be a breeze. I used to get stuck on this cliff all the time, but not anymore. And let's say, I don't know, wanted to scale a mountain. These things are so useful. And you can even build them while on them. So if you didn't build it high enough, just keep going. Oh man, I love these things. I'll dedicate this drop pod to you, ladders. I guess the ladders couldn't save me this time. I guess it works fine if you do it right. So, to unlock this hard drive, we need 120 megawatts, or 4 biomass burners. Back home, we get to check the results of our gambling. Oh, dang it. Time to start cooking another one. Hopefully this one's good. Molded steel pipes? Heck yeah. We should hunt for more hard drives, but for now, I want to set up a trash can by my house. And by that, I just mean an awesome sink hooked up to a storage container. So that way I can easily delete anything, and it'll actually give me rewards for deleting it. Like, I don't know, some of this stuff. Well, my inventory's at least a little bit cleaner. Be very quiet, we're hunting rabbits. So, if you sneak up to these nests, they won't open. I just killed an alpha without it even spawning a single bee. You just gotta be very sneaky.
Listen to the rhythm.
What rhythm?
The effigies ripples through our temples, our veins nearly touch. It is shy, notes shall be taken and played.
From a certain perspective, your brain looks like it is processing language, but there is no auditory data. If you are hearing voices that are not mine, this is no cause for concern. It is a common side effect of extreme pressure and stress.
Yeah, extreme pressure and stress. Maybe it's all the puppies and kittens you need me to save back on Earth. Well, either way, let's dive into the doggo cave and let's do some more stealing. I heard there's a bunch of good items hidden in the nests in here. Oh yeah, steel beams, plastic, a brand new helmet. Looks like we died just in time for our hard drive to be done scanning. And we got Caterium wire and steel screws. I don't think I really need either of these right now. So I made a trip back to Lizard Doggo Cave because I think Jonathan's getting a little lonely. Alright everyone, meet Keith, Moth, Owen, and Zeno, our 4 new companions, and more importantly, Jonathan's new friends. Alright, and after a long, arduous journey, with my doggos getting stuck on platforms, water, the ground, and behind trees, we finally made it home. Using a few ladders and platforms, we find the nest that actually has a pair of blade runners in it, which will allow us to run faster and jump higher. And while I'm out this way with my new movement accessory, why don't I get 1 or 2 hard drives?
Damaged hard drive recovered. Return it to the MAM where it will receive the best recovery and rehabilitation care available.
You know, Ada, just because you said that, I will go get a second one. I said I'd find another hard drive, but it's definitely not going to be this one. Alright, there's another one.
Follow the veins to the altar and chant.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I will not be doing that. But I will be collecting another hard drive. Ooh, piece of candy. You know what? I really don't feel like climbing back up there. Whee!
Fixit property is not allowed to leave Fixit designated work areas.
Understood. Won't happen again, boss. Alright, let's try this one more again. Alright, it's finally time to set up something I should have done before I went to exploring, but I'm doing it now. So, I want to set up a modular frame factory. The first step, as always, after the miner, is place down 4 smelters. Split all the inputs. Merge all the outputs. Oh, looks like another hard drive finished. This doesn't look very promising. Yeah, this doesn't look great. Alright, and back to the factory. We're gonna need 2 1/4 constructors for screws, 3.5 constructors for rods, and another 2.25 constructors for iron plates. Now we have to figure out how to fit all the mergers and splitters in these tiny little rows I made. Now to sort out all the iron ingot inputs to the system. And we can't forget about the iron rods that need to feed the screw system either. After expanding out our platform, it's time to place down our 1.5 assemblers to be able to make reinforced iron plates. Now this may not look the best, but this is how I'm gonna do the input for the assemblers. The belts are definitely gonna clip on top of each other. It's gonna be what it is, right? But it's easy. Right. Well, if I had more plates. But they'll clip a little bit, but it'll look alright. I mean, we'll never actually come up there and look at it, right? Like, this doesn't bother anybody, right? Now it's time for the final 1.5 assemblers for modular frames. We just gotta merge the reinforced iron plates together. Bring them around town. Now we just gotta add screws and voila. Oh yeah, can't forget to merge the outputs and send them to storage. Alright, here we go everybody. Here's a bird's eye view of all that hard work we did for 3 modular frames a minute. Ain't she a beaut? But anyway, we gotta scan some more hard drives. And we can't forget to come check on the doggos and see if they have anything for us. This one killed a spitter. Man, got all kinds of goodies for me today. Awesome, thanks guys. A purple power slug? Oh my gosh. I love that these guys are both adorable and extremely profitable. And now it's time for an amazing unlock. Blueprints.
Milestone reached. Blueprints reduce repetitive building tasks, further optimizing your progression towards saving Earth, with its beautiful ecosystems, abundant natural resources, and sunsets over frolicking puppies and kittens. The Blueprint Designer allows you to build and combine structures once and then duplicate that configuration effortlessly. Any complaints about the spatial restrictions will only reveal your own inefficiencies.
Man, what is it with her and puppies and kittens? I don't know, but either way, we have a Blueprint Designer.
Blueprints can always be edited to correct mistakes or optimize. If you find yourself struggling to work within the set size restrictions, remember that this is a you problem, and efficiency can always be improved.
No, this ain't no me problem, this is a us problem. Yippee, another hard drive done. And this one is also not great. Ugh. Well, at least we can still unlock the rebar gun.
Research to develop the rebar gun is now available. When completed, you will be in possession of a tool effective against any local obstacles actively objecting to the Fix-It mission.
Yeah, whatever she just said, I'm looking forward to that.
Rebar gun and iron rebar ammo unlocked. Your ingenuity towards preservation of Fix-It property has been noted. You earned a micro break. And welcome back. I hope you feel refreshed.
Thanks for that micro break. You know what? I do feel refreshed. Time for more research.
Stun rebar ammo unlocked. This applies a moderate electric charge to the target, capable of stunning small creatures and moderately delaying larger ones. This is quite atomically exciting. That was a physics joke.
Haha, yeah, funny. Well, now that we've unlocked stun rebar, the first step is to find a willing participant to test it out on. But I couldn't leave you guys without the animation of me fondling my rebar gun. Willing participant located. Ooh. Very shocking. Hello again, Ada.
Our blood could fill the effigy veins for a resonance song. Scripture becomes harmony, becomes composition. Defile our temple and the threads will sew the windows open.
Pattern analysis continuing. New instruction. Repeat pioneer exposure to alien artifacts. Brain damage compensation packages may be available on successful completion of a special claims form. Our expert Fixit medical staff are impartial and always open to assess your claim.
I told y'all that those spheres were terrifying. And did Ada also just learn that these spheres are frying my brain and wants me to interact with them as much as possible now? Can do, sure. Yeah, I like them. They look pretty. So to take my mind off of whatever that was, I'm building a conveyor belt of coal to try to make a temporary steel setup for now. Ooh, bouncy. I tell you what, man, I love me some ladders. I'm gonna be sticking these things wherever I can find a spot for them, including right here. So to build this steel setup, we're gonna need some platforms, and I gotta figure out, this coal does not look like it's coming in at 120 items per minute. Let's go fix that. This belt right here was only tier 1. But that seemed to be the only belt that was wrong. Alright, let's see this thing fix itself. Alright, there it goes. The 120 coal is just now turning the corner down there. Yay. For now, I think our modular frame factory will be willing to donate a little bit of raw iron for the cause. So for now, we're going to place down 2 foundries using 90 iron ore and coal per minute to make 90 steel per minute. So we need to send 60 steel ingots per minute to a constructor for steel beams, and 30 per minute to another constructor making steel pipes. So I've set up a simple load balancer that'll send 2/3 of our 90 per minute to one constructor, and the other 30 to the other constructor. Like so. Next, we set up the storages. So the next thing we need for this setup is concrete. And I see 3 limestone nodes pretty close to where I built this factory. I've gone ahead and placed miners on all 3 limestone nodes, merged their outputs, and started sending them over to a storage container back at the factory. Now we place down 3 constructors for concrete. I would say I found a very interesting way to move the output from the concrete to this storage container. So, I'd say I did good. Now, the last thing I need at the setup is an assembler for encased steel beams. For now, this will be temporary. I'm gotta set up a load balancer behind this to send the correct amount of items. After connecting everything up to power and putting down some storages, I mean, this is what we're working with. You can see that it's gonna be very temporary. It looks amazing, but very temporary. So we're back home, and with our newfound steel, we can unlock Logistics Mark III. Hi, Ada.
Milestone reached. Improved storage containers and the conveyor belt Mark III provide the obviously necessary tools for improving your current setup. Production speed is of the essence after all. So work hard. Work as if every person you have ever or will ever love is depending solely on the choices that you make. Because they are. Warning. Fixit psychologists recommend not dwelling on the crushing mental and physical strain of your responsibilities and simply continuing to be productive. Hard work has repeatedly proven to be the best cure for any kind of stress. Now back to work.
I'm starting to think this AI and corporation don't really care about my mental well-being. It may not be pretty, but this is the load balancer I'm going with. Since we're only making 15 steel beams per minute, we're going to send 5 of it to storage and 10 over to the encased steel beams, which I've underclocked to only use 9 steel beams per minute. Now that we have new belts that can handle twice the items, and new miners that can produce twice the items, instead of stealing all the iron from this farm, now I can just upgrade the belts, and feed both of them simultaneously. And I think to finish off today's episode, we're gonna go check on the lizard doggos and see what they've gotten for us. Keith brought computers. Nice. Zeno, some quick wire. Owen, stators. Moth, did you bring me a nuke? Our dog brought us a nuke. What? Thanks, bro. You're a real homie. So naturally, my first thought was, how many tickets is it worth? Waiting. It's worth 2 tickets, at least. Well, that's it for me this episode. Here, have a little message from Ada as a treat for making it this far in the episode.
Nutritional inhaler recipe unlocked. Using this inhaler will restore health, and also gives your skin a radiant glow that is connected to well-being and probably not radioactivity.